A statement by Udhayanidhi Stalin, the son of MK Stalin, the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, has created chaos in the opposition ranks and given the BJP an opportunity to attack it frontally. I'm Barkha Dutt, you're with the Mojo story. We're looking today at the contentious remarks made by Mr. Udhayanidhi Stalin, where he likened Sanatan Dharma to disease like dengue and malaria that must be stamped out. He was talking, of course, in his opinion, legitimately. The opposition, the BJP, which is in opposition in Tamil Nadu, but of course the ruling party in the country, says that he has insulted an entire faith. He has attacked Hindus. Udhayanidhi Stalin says he was talking about Sanatan Dharma being against the principles of equality and justice. The BJP says to call for Sanatan Dharma to be stamped out is like a genocidal call. Udhayanidhi Stalin is standing by his comments and says he's ready to face whatever legal action comes his way. Curiously, the DMK that had been vocal on this issue till a few hours ago has decided just in the last couple of hours to not participate in any public debates on this issue. Meanwhile, Udhayanidhi Stalin's comments have created chaos and confusion within the India alliance as well. Several individual opposition leaders are criticizing these remarks. Others are defending them. Priyank Kharge, the son of Mallikarjun Kharge, who's also the Congress president, said any religion that does not offer equality to its practitioners is like a disease. But there are others who are saying that there's free speech, but they do not agree with what Udhayanidhi Stalin said. So it's a sensitive subject. It's also a volatile subject. It's a subject that can impact national politics because it's created a confusion within the United India Alliance on who will stand where on what issue. Let's introduce our guests on the program today as we look at the political fallout of these remarks. Joining us is Sumant Raman, who is, of course, a Tamil Nadu-based senior journalist and analyst. Always good to see you, Sumant. Also joining us is the BJP's senior leader and spokesperson, Shrikant Karunesh. Always good to see you, Karunesh ji. Namaskar and Vanakam. Also joining us is Shehzad Poonawalla. He is a political analyst and a Congress supporter. In this context, he is not happy with how his party has handled this issue. And also joining us on the program today is an ally of the DMK, Vikraman R. He's the spokesperson of the VCK. And as I mentioned, we would have had a DMK spokesperson as well. In fact, Mr. Salem Dharanidharan was meant to be on this program, but he said the DMK has now decided not to participate in any more public debates. Before any further ado, let me actually start by playing a clip from Mr. Udhayanidhi Stalin's statement and then get our first set of comments. Listen in.
சிலவற்றை நாம் ஒழிக்கத்தான் வேண்டும், எதிர்க்க முடியாது. கொசு, டெங்கு காய்ச்சல், மலேரியா, கொரோனா இதையெல்லாம் நம்ம எதிர்க்கக்கூடாது, ஒழித்து கட்ட வேண்டும். அப்படிதான் இந்த சனாதனம். சனாதனம் என்பதை எதிர்ப்பதை விட ஒழிப்பதே நாம் செய்ய வேண்டிய முதல் காரியமாகும். எனவே இந்த மாநாட்டிற்கு மிக பொருத்தமான தலைப்பு வைத்திருக்கிறீர்கள், அதற்கு என்னுடைய பாராட்டுகள். சனாதனம்னா என்ன? சனாதனம் அப்படிங்கிற பெயரே சமஸ்கிருதத்திலிருந்து வந்தது தான். சனாதனம் சமத்துவத்திற்கும் சமூக நீதிக்கும் எதிரானது. சனாதனம்னா வேற ஒன்றும் கிடையாது. சனாதனங்கிறதுக்கு அர்த்தம் என்ன? நிலையானது, அதாவது மாற்ற முடியாதது, யாரும் கேள்வி கேட்க முடியாது அப்படிங்கிறது தான் சனாதனத்திற்கு அர்த்தம்.
Now, let me start with Shrikant Karunesh. Sir, the BJP says this is the genocidal call. Now, clearly, there are many things problematic and they have been expressed about Mr. Udhayanidhi Stalin's statement, but he's not making a call for a genocide of people. He is saying that the inequity, and obviously his references to caste, should be stamped out. This is the defense that is coming from the DMK, which is no longer participating in public debates. How do you respond, Shrikant Karunesh?
Yeah, actually, I totally differ with the interpretation what you are telling now and what are the interpretations
I am not telling. I'm only quoting them. But go ahead, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Actually, Udhayanidhi Stalin has spit out the venom on Hindu Dharma. In his hate speech, he has compared Sanatana with mosquito, dengue, COVID-19 and whatnot. So he has also told, the very video what we see now, he has told, it is not better to oppose Sanatana, it's better to eradicate it. Eradication means it's totally, he's referring to as genocide. And it's really offensive. And being a minister of the state, he cannot take this locus stand that he can talk whatever he likes and he can totally talk against one section of people like this. And he also said one interesting thing. Sanatana means permanent stature, unchangeable. So he has given a wonderful meaning from Sanskrit. If he is very true, then DMK is the only party which is following Sanatana very strongly. Because I am asking him, can we change the leadership of DMK? Only Karunanidhi ji, Stalin ji, and next Udhayanidhi is coming here. Then it means Sanatana is very strongly maintained there. There is no change there. That has become a permanent stature. See, the thing is,
yes. Go ahead.
He wants to please the minority forces here. And to do that, he always opposes Hindu. He is not bothered about Hinduism because they think they can bank on the non-cooperation between Hindu factions. So they always oppose Hinduism and Hindu people very strongly.
What is your demand at this point? What is your demand at this point, Shrikant?
No, he has to be accountable for his statement. Being a minister, he has to be made accountable for his statement. So whatever be the legal action or something to be taken has to be very strongly taken on him so that at least others can be aware of that.
Now, before I come to Vikraman, who's of course a leader of a party that is an ally of the government, I just want to bring in Tehseen. The reason I bring in Tehseen is that these comments have created confusion. And that is putting it mildly, within the opposition camp. And while there's going to be a slugfest over what Udhayanidhi Stalin meant, didn't mean, has he sullied an entire faith, can he do that, should he face legal action, what should happen, these are all questions. But the political impact of these comments is also very important. And this is what KC Venugopal, senior leader of the Congress, had to say when asked about these comments earlier today. Before I come to Tehseen, listen in to KC Venugopal.
वेणुगोपाल जी, उदयनिधि का जो स्टेटमेंट है सनातन धर्म को लेकर के, उस पर लगातार बीजेपी की तरफ से हमला बोला जा रहा है, खासतौर पर कांग्रेस और इंडिया अलायंस से, और ये पूछा जा रहा है कि क्या आप लोग इस बयान का समर्थन कर रहे हैं, आखिर आप लोग चुप क्यों हैं, क्या जवाब है आपका?
एक्चुअली हमारा व्यू वेरी क्लियर है. सर्व धर्म समभावना, सर्व धर्म समभावना इज द कांग्रेस आइडियोलॉजी. But you have to understand, every political party have their own freedom to tell their views.
The Congress has called it free speech. Shehzad Poonawalla, as a Congress supporter, you say this is self-destructive, and I'm using a mild phrase. I'm sure you'll use a stronger one. Can we unmute Tehseen? Tehseen, go ahead.
Thank you for having me on this show, Barkha. Let me address this on two fronts. Politically, as you rightly said, but before that, on a context of morality. Barkha, let's put the show on the other foot, and that's what I tweeted yesterday. Let's assume the son or daughter of a BJP leader or a BJP chief minister said the same thing about the Islamic way of life or the Christian way of life or the Sikh way of life. For example, I was outraged when they called all our farmers Khalistanis, right? So we would say that this is not acceptable. Then how is it acceptable to call another way of life, compare it to mosquitoes, malaria, corona, dengue, and say it should be eradicated? It simply falls within the definition of hate speech as defined by the Honorable Supreme Court in my case. It's absolutely that. There cannot be any about it. There must be debates of reforms. We debate on your show, burqa, hijab, there must be debates. But that debate must be within the context of civility. You cannot call a group of people malaria and mosquitoes. When the Honorable Home Minister used that word termites, we were very outraged, rightly so. If that is wrong, how is this acceptable? Two wrongs don't make a right, and it's not acceptable. What is wrong, period. And this is wrong. Now, let's come to it politically, even if you leave the morality out of it for 1 minute. Let's look at it politically. You had this India Alliance meeting in Mumbai. The day you had the India Alliance meeting, the BJP very smartly put out, or the government very smartly put out a special parliament. Can I have somebody's mic muted because I'm getting disturbed? Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, the day you had the India Alliance meeting, the government very smartly put out the special session of Parliament, one nation, one election. The entire focus shifted there. The India Alliance media department, whoever heads it, was caught like a deer in front of headlights on a highway, didn't know how to react. They could not take the initiative back. Cut to this to their Stalin statement, followed by two Congress MPs' children making this statement. You have no reaction. They only reacted after I tweeted.
Can I bring up the statement you refer to? Priyank Kharge is the statement you're talking about.
And prior to that, Karti Chidambaram.
Yes, and Mr. Kharge, not to conflate sons and fathers, is the son of the Congress president, Mallikarjun Kharge. Go ahead.
Prior to that, there was another statement by a Congress MP, who's also the son of a father, of a powerful
Karti Chidambaram, yes.
Who I tweeted publicly that it's not acceptable. Now, what is the Congress stand? Because I am a Congress voter. I support the Congress. I know Rahul and Priyanka well. Rahul is a Janidhari Brahmin. Now, what is our stand? Rahul says that hum mohabbat ki dukaan kholne aaye. How are these statements acceptable then? Number two, we are here to build bridges, not burn bridges. And just forget the morality of it all. For 1 minute, leave aside the morality. I think it's terrible statements to make, but just think about it. You have a prime minister who proudly wears his faith, who is a self-made man, and you have three dynasts abusing an entire way of life, which many in the Congress follow the Sanatan Dharma.
So the three dynasts you're attacking are Udhaynidhi
I'm not attacking
Stalin.
anyone. I'm not attacking anyone because
disagreeing
because I think I'm self-made.
Okay, now hold on. You have said basically you think both on the level of morality, a double standard has been displayed, and on the level of politics, a complete own goal, a self goal has been scored, including by the kind of second generation leaders who have come forth to defend these statements. Now, I just want to bring in Vikraman. Vikraman is an ally of the DMK. The DMK is an ally of the Congress. These are all interconnected things, and there is going to be a political impact, and we can't escape the political impact. Vikraman, I want you to respond to what Tehseen said, that imagine for a moment this was another faith being spoken about. Now, every faith has, in the way that it's practiced, has orthodoxies, has manifestations of inequality, manifestations of injustice. As a woman in particular, I can say that the orthodoxies of all religions, women have to fight for equality in those spaces. Imagine for a moment if this comment had been made about another religion. You wouldn't have responded in this way. So why are you as an ally of the DMK defending this comment, sir? Mr. Vikraman.
Ma'am, first of all, I want to make very clear that Mr. Udhayanidhi Stalin, our Honorable Minister of Sports in Tamil Nadu, has not mentioned any particular segment of people, or he has not called for any genocide of Hindu people. He was referring to the eradication and annihilation of Sanatan Dharma. Sanatan Dharma, as our Vallalar, our very own Vallalar from Vadalur, who Tamil people follow, has said very clearly, Maditta Samaya Mada Vadakamelam. I would want to quote him in Aram Tirumurai, 6th version of Mr. Vallalar. He has been saying, Maditta Samaya Mada Vadakamelam, Maindadu Varnasaramam Yennum Mayakamum Saindadu. He is referring Sanatan Dharma to Varnashrama Dharma, where the Varnashrama Dharma is treating people unequally. Like it has 4 segments, 4 castes. That is what Varnashrama is propagating. Sanatana Dharma is propagating inequality among the society. That is what Mr. Udhayanidhi Stalin has been saying, that we would want to eradicate that inequality among the people.
So you're arguing that the reference is not to the Hindu faith, it is to an aspect of the Hindu faith. Is that what you're arguing, Vikraman?
Yes, we are referring to Sanatan Dharma, which is dividing people on the lines of caste, on the lines of birth. Mr. Tehseen has been referring to Mr. Amit Shah's statement regarding Bangladeshi migrants as termites. He has been saying people as termites. He called people as termites and he wants to throw them away from the country. But Mr. Udhayanidhi Stalin has been saying, he was saying, Sanatan Dharma should be quelled from this country. We should destroy and eradicate Sanatan Dharma, which is propagating inequality, which is advocating inequality. See, because of Sanatan Dharma, the caste system is prevailing in this country. So we were saying inequality should be eradicated. How can we eradicate inequality from the society? How can we eradicate caste? How can we annihilate caste? Not just Mr. Udhayanidhi Stalin. Even Dr. Baba Sahib Ambedkar has been saying Sanatan Dharma is the root cause of caste system in this country.
So you
That was
believe,
what we were saying.
Vikraman sir, you believe that Mr. Udhayanidhi Stalin did nothing wrong. Let me get reactions. Tehseen, briefly. Sumant has been waiting. Shrikant Karunesh, give me a moment. Tehseen, briefly. Sumant, and then Shrikant Karunesh. Go ahead, Tehseen, brief.
I am all for reforms in every way of life. There is no doubt about it that we need to reform it. But those reforms, or the dialogue to reforms, has to happen through dialogue, through political process, through legal legislation. They cannot happen via calling a way of life mosquito, malaria, dengue, corona. I am sorry, Barkha, it is unacceptable to do it. And it humiliates people who follow that sense of life. When we talk about any way of life that we oppose, the answer to that cannot be humiliating those who follow that way of life. It must be a civil discourse. And when you move away from a civil discourse,
so there could be a different language. There must be a different language to talk about the inequities of the caste system. Sumant, I will bring you in. I want to just bring up this poster that BJP released today. A very interesting poster. The BJP nationally released this. Can we take the banner off so we can see this more clearly? The Modi vaccine, the best cure for the worst germ, named UPA's Hindu hate virus. Now, this has gone into political overdrive. The opposition that was trying to present an ideologically united platform, and I think that's the point Tehseen has made, is not able to find a cohesive, united response to this. Should we be looking at this issue through politics, or should we be looking at this issue through what even Tehseen, as a Congress supporter, is saying is an example of double standards? Sumant Raman, can we unmute him? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Barkha, I tend to agree almost entirely with what Tehseen has said. I think that the Congress party in particular should have come out clearly and not this kind of waffling which we saw from Mr. KC Venugopal. Every party has its own, entitled to their own opinions. Of course, they are entitled to their own opinions. We don't need Mr. KC Venugopal to say that. The point is, what is your stand on it? We respect all opinions means he says that he is in short endorsing that, and which is a spectacular self-goal from the Congress party. I wouldn't pay too much attention to Mr. Karti Chidambaram and the others, because Mr. Karti Chidambaram is due for re-election in less than 6 months, and without the DMK's support, he cannot even retain his deposit. So let's be very clear. I mean, he has done a U-turn on NEET. After having supported the NEET exam, he has done a complete U-turn. So now his point of view is entirely whatever is the DMK says he will do. Now my point, Barkha, is we are talking about a Sanskrit phrase, Sanatan Dharma. Who should we ask for an explanation? We should ask Sanskrit scholars. We should ask those who have studied the Hindu Dharma for many years. They are the ones who are supposed to give the explanation of what Sanatan Dharma is. So since this issue has been brewing in Tamil Nadu for decades now, a year and a half ago or thereabouts, there was another such statements which came out from DMK leaders. So I then consulted 3 or 4 very well-known, exponents of Sanskrit and quote-unquote Sanatan Dharma and Hindu Dharma. And all of them were unanimous. They said Sanatana Dharma is not caste. If they want to say we oppose the caste system, it's very simple. Let them say we oppose the caste system, oppose caste inequality. Everybody will join. And we'll all say the same thing. But the point is not that. The point is Sanatan Dharma, by all expert definitions, means eternal truths. Varnasrama Dharma, which is different from Sanatana Dharma, which is not a component of Sanatana Dharma, is what changes. It is, and even that is not today's.
How is it playing out politically? Yeah, Sumant, I want you to think about how it's playing out politically. It may be playing out in a very different way in Tamil Nadu, a very different way nationally. But the point is that when you present a united opposition alliance, you can't afford those variations. Sumant, quickly, I want to go to the others. Yeah.
In Tamil Nadu, it will strengthen the DMK's base. The base, see, they are in power now because of the minority vote. That 15% solid minority vote, the difference between the AIA-DMK alliance and the DMK alliance last time was 3%. 3%.
Yeah.
And the minority vote in Tamil Nadu
Okay.
is 15%,
I
almost
think-
overwhelmingly, which goes
I
there. But
think
it
Vikram,
won't play out well. It won't play out well in other states, Barkha. This will hurt
that
the
is the-
India alliance. And that is why it is incumbent on the Congress party, which is the largest player in the India alliance, to open its mouth and distance itself from this statement.
And on the contrary, we have seen very confused reactions from the Congress. I know, Vikraman, you had an interjection. I just come to Srikanth and come to you right after that. Srikanth, Karunesh, go ahead, and then Vikraman. Go ahead, Ms. Karunesh. Yes.
Yeah. Actually, as Sumanana said, Vikraman was referring to Vallalar. So that is totally different issue, because he was talking about Varunashana Dharma, which is not existing. We are in the year 2023. They imagine all these stuffs, Varunashana Dharma, which is non-existing now. We are in a different world now.
But caste is real, sir. Caste is very real. The lived experience of a Dalit is very real. We must acknowledge that, of course. Right?
Yeah. The caste is very well maintained by parties like DMK, not in any other place. Actually, DMK is supposed to eradicate liquor problem. DMK is supposed to eradicate ganja problem. DMK is supposed to eradicate rowdyism here. See, totally, they said they will eradicate NEET also. Nothing they did. Their leader, Periyar Ivera, they said,
I think we lost Mr. Karunesh. I'll let Vikraman come in, and Mr. Karunesh can complete his point once he's back. Go ahead, Vikraman, please.
Ma'am, the argument that minorities in the state Tamil Nadu are pleased by calling Sanatan Dharma, the eradication of Sanatan Dharma, is totally not correct, because minorities are not really concerned about these things. They vote for DMK because they vote for equality. The DMK and the allies are propagating equality, and they want everybody to be treated well. And unlike in other states, minorities are feeling safe and secure in the state of Tamil Nadu. That is why they are voting for DMK and allies. But when it comes to Vallalar, the previous person from DMK, from BJP, has said Vallalar did not refer to Sanatan Dharma. He was referring to Varnashram Dharma. Both are same, madam, because Dr. Ambedkar himself has equated Sanatan Dharma to a contagious disease that has to be eradicated from this country. That was his very own writing in Volume 4, Riddles in Hinduism. So you could please go and you could ask the BJP persons to go and...
Vikraman, can I ask you a question? Yeah, okay,
Barkha, 1 second. Who should tell us the definition of Sanatana Dharma? Should it not be somebody who has studied Sanatana Dharma, who has expounded on Sanatana Dharma? I find it bizarre. Can I give an explanation for a scientific process, say, related to ISRO's space mission? Can I give an explanation? But if I'm very popular,
but Dr. B.R. Ambedkar has studied Sanatan Dharma in its own writing.
I am sorry.
He has studied Sanskrit. He has studied Sanskrit verses of Sanatan Dharma. He has studied Shrutis and Smriti.
Vikraman, I have a political question for you, because I am not an expert on what the texts say. I am not an expert on religion. I only know that interpretation of different religions depends on who's interpreting them. This is what I've understood. I want to ask you a question. The Congress, of which is an ally of the government that you are also an ally of, the Congress in the north has a very, very visible practicing of the Hindu faith. You look at Rahul Gandhi's temple runs, right? Not these images. Can you follow what I'm talking about? Look at Kamal Nath in Madhya Pradesh. Look at Rahul Gandhi at Tehsil. You referenced Rahul Gandhi being a Janyadhari Brahmin. Some might say in the south, or Dalits might say, why did Rahul Gandhi reference his caste? That was actually a casteist reference. My question is political. How does the DMK and its allies speak against this kind of visible demonstration of the Hindu faith in the south, but also be in alliance with this kind of, some would say, soft Hindutva that the Congress is practicing? Tehsin, go ahead.
So just the images of Kamal Nath ji that you show with Bageshwar Dham,
Yes, can we show those images again of Kamal Nath? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
this one.
yeah.
I personally told Kamal Nath ji number of times that he must invite Bageshwar Dham because must invite him over. This is me personally. I suggested this to Kamal Nath not once but number of times. I've tweeted about this. So look,
Why would you? Why did you suggest it?
I'll tell you because the BJP tries to take over and monopolize the Hindu faith. The BJP is not the representatives of Hindu. Sumant is a Hindu. Barkha, you are a Hindu, and I don't speak for you. But the BJP cannot speak for your faith. I am sorry. The BJP is enough of the BJP trying to monopolize. That's point number one. Point number two. Look, the DMK is in an alliance with the Congress, which, like I told earlier, Rahul Gandhi said that he's a Brahmin. Is the DMK breaking the alliance? The fact of the matter is,
but Rahul Gandhi did not have to reference his caste. He can reference his faith. He doesn't have to reference his caste.
Well, that Surjewala did. Said that that's his caste. Now, if this is against Brahminism, as is being put against us, one, we could have had a dialogue, but larger issue. Let's look at the Hindu faith very objectively. And believe me, I'm an atheist. In our great country, the maximum reforms have happened in the Hindu faith. Whether we agree or disagree, whether we need more or no, the Hindu faith has seen maximum reforms. That's point number one. For example, those who worship Lord Rama or Bhagwan Krishna were not born as Brahmins. They were born as Kshatriya and Yadav, so they were not born as Brahmins. Yet we wish, in fact, Lord Ram vanquished Ravan, who was born as a Brahmin. So there's been maximum reforms. Look, I'm just saying a simple thing, and I'm asking a very simple question. If somebody were to use the same words for an Islamic way of life, say all these hijab wearing girls are mosquitoes and hijab is a malaria and should be eliminated, or burqa is a malaria, what would you, Barkha, say and what would I say? That it is wrong.
I agree. I think generalizations about anyone's religion, a generalized comment about anyone's religion is not acceptable. Now, Vikraman is back with us. Shrikant Karunesh are back with us. Both of you were interrupted. I apologize for that. It was network issues at your end. Shrikant Karunesh, then Vikraman, then we have to start taking last comments. Shrikant, before you speak, can I just play out Amit Shah? I just want to play out Amit Shah's comment, and please speak right after that. Listen in to the Home Minister's comments.
2 दिन से आप इस देश की संस्कृति का, इस देश के इतिहास का, सनातन धर्म का अपमान कर रहे हैं। इंडी अलायंस के दो प्रमुख दल डीएमके और कांग्रेस पार्टी, इनके बड़े नेता, एक वित्त मंत्री का बेटा और एक मुख्यमंत्री का बेटा, वो कह रहे हैं सनातन धर्म को समाप्त कर देना चाहिए। मुझे बताओ भाई, सनातन धर्म को समाप्त करने के लिए आप तैयार हो क्या? अरे जोर से बोलो, तैयार हो क्या? माताएं बहनें भी बोले तैयार है क्या? इन लोगों ने वोट बैंक की और तुष्टीकरण की राजनीति करने के लिए सनातन धर्म को समाप्त करने की बात की है।
So obviously, as I said, the BJP has now got an issue to literally frontally attack the opposition with, and that's the politics. Shrikant Karunesh, go ahead.
Actually, in 2022, Mr. Udhayanidhi Stalin called himself as a Christian. He said, my wife is a Christian and I'm following Christianity. He has got no moral stand or locus standi to talk about Sanatana Dharma. So one is they have been repeatedly insulting Hindu. His grandfather Karunanidhi ji called all the Hindus are thieves, and he didn't take back his word. He was only sticking to it. See, very periodically they always do this, because earlier when I got disconnected, I was telling there is a mass failure in their ruling. People are upset about it. They are supposed to do a lot of eradication.
But do you agree with Sumant that this will actually help the DMK in Tamil Nadu and hurt the opposition everywhere else? Shrikant? No, do you agree with Sumant Raman's argument that this will help the DMK in Tamil Nadu and hurt the opposition everywhere else?
Obviously, Sumantana's views is perfectly right, but the thing is, it will not help DMK also here. Now people's outlook, their vision has been changed. Our president is going on a Padayatra and he's seeing the people with a different perspective, different view. Earlier, there was a big tolerance about all this Bhraštachar, whatever is happening here. People were accepting bribery. They were tolerant about bribery. But all these scams, now people are getting anger. See, these people's outlook has been changing. Now there is a lot of unity is happening. When DK was organizing a function, one thing I tell you, the atheist party, DK was organizing a function. Ladies of that area were all these people, they went and stopped that meeting. So that much awareness is picking up. In fact, Udhaynidhi is helping BJP to grow.
Okay, let me bring in Vikraman there. Then we have to take last comments from Tehseen and Suman. Vikraman, my question to you before we got cut off was that you of course, anyone familiar with the history of Periyar and the politics of Tamil Nadu can see why this discourse may have a very different impact in Tamil Nadu and very different impact outside. But I was trying to say, one, that you haven't answered what everyone in this panel has asked. What if this was a comment about another faith? What if this was a comment about the hijab? What if this was a comment about triple talaq and it was conflated with Islam? What if this was a comment about divorce laws in Christianity and it was conflated with, we're all uncomfortable with any one faith being described in general terms. Why couldn't Udhayanidhi Stalin speak out in the strongest terms against the caste system?
Ma'am, caste system is synonymous with Sanatan Dharma. That's what we're saying. It is not just Mr. Sumant Raman has been saying Ambedkar doesn't have the acumen to speak about Sanatan Dharma because he doesn't know. That is what he has been saying. I think that Ambedkar was the one who he was referring to. But Mr. Shankarasekara Saraswati in his Deivathin Kural, Shankarasekara Saraswati in Deivathin Kural, he is saying in his article called Varna Dharmam, he is saying Sanatana Dharmam. சனாதன தர்மத்தை ஊதி எல்லாரிடமும் பரவச் செய்யலாம் என்பது என்னுடைய பேராசை. அதனால்தான் இதையெல்லாம் சொல்கிறேன். He was been saying சனாதன தர்மம் தான் வர்ண தர்மம். சனாதன தர்மம் என்பது கிணற்று தவளை போன்றதல்ல. These are the words from Chandrasekhara Saraswati in his Deivathin Kural. Kanchi Chandrasekhara Saraswati has been saying Varnasrama Dharma is Sanatan Dharma. Sanatan Dharma is advocating caste system. So, to eradicate caste system, the Sanatana Dharma must be eradicated from this country. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar has been saying Sanatan Dharma is a contagious disease.
Okay, let me get a final word from you, Vikraman. Udhayanidhi Stalin will not apologize, and you don't think there's any reason for him to apologize, right?
There is nothing to apologize in this. We are not attacking any beliefs. We are attacking caste system. Its root, the root cause of the inequality in this country. And my question, very simple question, if you allow me for a minute, because I have been facing a lot of technical issues.
Sure.
The NEET exam, the very example of NEET exam is a result of Sanatan Dharma. Where normal people, where normal backward community people, most backward classes people, scheduled caste people are not allowed to study medicine in this country.
I don't understand the connection.
There is a connection.
No connection. It is once you start reciting a lie again and again, you can amplify it.
No, there is a connection because
what is the connection? Could you explain very briefly? I have to go.
Not one seat goes outside the reservation quota.
No, can I explain?
Not touched by.
Okay, Sumant, one line to Vikraman, then Sumant can respond, and then we have to close with Tehseen. Yes, Vikraman, one line, please explain. What is the connection, please, sir?
Because Sanatan Dharma has advised Shudras and Panchamas not to study. So this BJP government has found a way. It has found a way in NEET to keep Shudras and Panchamas out of this medicine, out of this studying medicine. So NEET is a tool.
Okay,
100 years before, Rattai Malai Srinivasan has done double PhD. before Periyar came.
Barkha,
He's
Barkha,
from a scheduled caste family.
There are very few exceptions. There are very few exceptions cannot be
Don't talk this. Do you
normalized.
agree?
Very few. Yes, I agree. Yes, I agree. But
do you agree
pardon
to him?
me?
Do you support him for his hate speech? That you tell us.
It is
Do
not
you
a
agree
hate
with his
speech,
hate
sir.
speech?
It is not a
You are
hate
agreeing
speech,
to
and we
genocide,
support
that you
him
say.
200%. We support him in Tamil Nadu.
Okay.
Sanatan
Okay.
Dharma will be eradicated for sure from this country.
Okay. All right.
No,
Now,
no, no, no.
Sumant.
You are
Now,
confusing between Varnashram and Sanatanam. So
Okay.
you have to clarify
There is no
yourself first.
confusion, sir. There is no confusion.
Okay.
No,
Both,
first you have to
both-
clarify and then talk. Blindly you are
Suman.
supporting for one NPC.
No, sir.
you are begging
Barkha.
like, that's
We
very
don't
bad.
support him
Sumant,
blindly,
one
sir. We are
minute.
very rational
1 minute.
people.
Okay.
We treat everything rationally.
Barkha,
Vikraman, let
Barkha, you
Shrikant,
saw-
Karunesh
you
and
saw-
Vikraman have had your say. Let Sumant and Tehseen
Yeah.
please speak also now. Yes,
Yeah,
Sumant,
Barkha.
please. Yeah.
Yeah, Barkha, you saw the almost Goebbelsian kind of lies that were mentioned on the show that NEET has taken away and prevented, OBCs and others. Not one seat in the reservation has been affected by NEET. Reservation has got nothing to do with NEET. NEET ensures that the same 69% reservation continues in Tamil Nadu. So this is the problem. When you have the ability to spread lies on a mass scale, you can get away with anything. And
You tweeted,
I'll tell you, Barkha.
you
I'll tell you, Barkha,
tweeted, Sumant,
the
you tweeted
DMK
saying the DMK can't look for Periyar in Udhayanidhi Stalin. This is what you tweeted. 1 minute, Vikraman, let Sumant speak. 1 minute, huh? Sumant, yes.
Yesterday, I was on another channel and I mentioned it there, where the party spokesperson said he is following in the footsteps of Periyar or something, or we see Periyar in him. Right now, my point is they are free to propagate whatever. They're free to idolize whoever they want to. But you must understand, Barkha, that the BJP's nationwide Goebbelsian propaganda was probably inspired by these people. These people have been doing it for 50 years. It wasn't.
Okay.
I think the BJP has copied it from them. Because
They
have
need
done
the
it on
BJP and the DMK to argue that out. Who came
They
first?
are two sides of the same coin, Barkha. They are just two sides
That's
of
a
the
whole
same
different.
coin.
That's a whole different debate. Let me give the last word to Tehseen, who's very worried about the party he supports and the impact that this is going to have on the India alliance. Now, interestingly, Amit Shah also mentioned what you did, Tehseen Poonawalla. It's probably the first time you and Mr. Amit Shah are actually saying exactly the same thing. He spoke about the two sons who had come forth to rationalize these comments. Last word to you, Tehseen, on the political impact. Very quickly, Tehseen.
And that's what I want to end with, what the Honorable Home Minister said. Ambedkar ji or Periyar ji were self-made men. These are dynasts. Look, what are they speaking about? Privilege? They're speaking against privilege. I agree. Who's speaking against privilege? Those who are born with a golden and diamond spoon. What is Mr. Uday Stalin's contribution apart from being Mr. Stalin's son? With respect to him, he is born to Mr. Stalin's, so he is an actor and he became a sports minister.
Kalenjar's grandson also.
And of course, and Karunanidhi, Karunanidhi is self-made. I have a lot of respect for Karunanidhi. But what is the contribution of Uday Stalin? And all of these people are privileged. Those who are born in privilege are speaking against privilege. Do they not see the irony? And do they not see the political
What would you have
irony?
expected the Congress to do? Very quickly, I really do have to
For
close. What would you have
For one, as Suman rightly said, take a stand. And if you नफरत की बाजार में अगर आप मोहब्बत की दुकान खोल रहे हो, तो मोहब्बत की दुकान का ये मतलब नहीं होता you abuse other people. मोहब्बत की दुकान means build bridges and talk of reforms. It does not mean burn bridges. There's a difference in politics. In politics, you never burn bridges. You build bridges with people.
Okay, that is of course Rahul Gandhi's trademark line, Nafrat ke bazaar mein mohabbat ki dukaan, and you're saying if you're doing that, then you've got to take a stand on what's happened. I'm really sorry, Vikraman, if I allow you, then Mr. Shrikant will respond, then Sumant will respond, and I will not be able to end my show. This debate will continue. We'll have you back, I promise. Thank you so much. I have to say, I always say, Tamil Nadu politicians always end all ferocious debates with a smile. May it long be that way. May the North learn from all of you. Shrikant, Karunesh, Vikraman, thank you. Sumant, Raman, Tehseen Poonawalla, thank you. And it is so good to be able to end a very difficult conversation like this one with the fact that all four of our guests are smiling. Thank you for taking part, and thank you to our audience. See you soon. It's great to see you here. Thank you for watching our work. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to click the bell icon and subscribe to Mojo Story and support independent, robust journalism.